Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the predictions and breakdowns. Today we're taking a look at UFC Fight Night Belal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim, which is taking place on June the 6th, 2026, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will look at the early prelims, and then we will go all the way through until the main event. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. We're going to just start it off right away. The early prelim opener. Ooh, get a little full screen going here. Ooh, Ketlin Souza versus Ariane Carnelossi. Also, I guess before we get into this, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully the week has been going decent. I know we're a little bit late on this. What is it, Wednesday? But this is a card that I felt like I needed a little bit more time with. Just trying to see all of the angles and see if we can make a little bit more cash here and stay away from risky fights. Ketlin Souza versus Ariane Carnelossi. Like I just said, we're going with Ketlin Souza to get it done. Probably by knockout, but we will probably be also looking at, maybe over 1.5 rounds. Ketlin Souza is just very explosive. She's got a very ridiculous left hand. She put it on Yasmin Yaragui as well, was just beating the absolute hell out of her. She has absolutely devastating power. She's got insane knockout capability, and she's always been consistently good at forcing pressure and kind of having girls wilt against her. She doesn't really have a lot of problems with grappling neither. She is able to shut girls off pretty well, and she's able to just kind of use her muscle and use her strength as a way to just get inside really easy, and she just continues to do it no matter what. So we're going to go with Ketlin Souza to get it done against Ariane in the early prelim opener. I think the height advantage as well is going to play a significant role, and I think she's just going to be able to roll forward and force Ariane against the cage in rounds 2 and 3 after she starts to gas with some weak single leg attempts in the first round. Now next on the prelims, you have Jesla Chavez versus Yunezi Dubin. We're going to go with Yunezi Dubin to win on the scorecards. Chavez is absolutely horrendous. She had a really bad fight against Sofia Montenegro. Jesus, I had a tough one with that one. Which Sofia really should have got knocked out in that fight, seeing as where Chavez is coming from. But again, then you look more into her record. Souza 1-3, terrible. Marcelia Silva 0-4, terrible. City Verera 0-1. Like Almeida literally flagged as a fight that they can't even rank because of how bad it is. I don't see her being better than Dubin. This is a similar fight to how Shannon Clark walked in or tried to walk into the UFC. She was a massive favorite against Yunezi Dubin. And this is going to be a perfect area for Dubin to just show her power and show that she is still the small little firecracker that is in the flyweight division. I think Chavez is going to have a bit of a problem with the overhand as well. I think Dubin is able to get in the inside quite well. Carly Judy's was able to just chin her, but she has taken the time off, and she will come back a little bit stronger than she did before. Chavez not being that good regardless, I'm not really too stressed. I think it'll be a good fight, and I think she'll have a decent time pushing the pressure against Chavez and winning on the scorecards. Next, on the prelims, Jordan Levitt versus Jordan Brito. We're going with Jordan Levitt. I was thinking about this the entire week, but, I mean, he just doesn't look that good anymore. William Gomez was able to beat him up. Pat Sabatini was able to beat him up, and these are guys who just have lackluster levels of, I guess, in their own departments. William Gomez lackluster grappling. Pat Sabatini lackluster striking. Brito was not able to strike that well against Pat Sabatini. He was always taken down. Jordan Levitt has consistently been getting better in his career. I am a little bit stressed, though, because this is a big step up in competition for Jordan Levitt. This is going from, losing against Chase Hooper to a very quick rear naked choke to now you're fighting, Yair Del Valle, who kind of gave up that fight because of the rigged fight before that, and then you just get Jordan Brito. I can understand why Brito's a favorite. I can understand that probably this fight will be going not distance, but it will either be Jordan Levitt getting the submission most likely, or Brito getting a devastating knockout over Jordan Levitt. There we go. My brain was able to comprehend that. Or over Jordan Levitt in probably the second or third round. I think Jordan Levitt is good. He has some very good inside work, but the takedowns are very unique. Yeah, he's got very good position, and he's able to just take over positions quite well. I think Jordan's and Brito having a bit of a tough time in these recent fights in his UFC career. Never really fighting the highest level of competition either. Losing to Bill Algeo is a big red flag for me. Only beating Andre Fili as like your best win and Jack Shore is kind of an even bigger red flag. The JSP win was pretty good too, but JSP was absolutely mauling him in the grappling before he got that crazy ninja choke. And I think Jordan Lev is just going to have an easy time here controlling him against the cage, slowly working it and just winning on the points or by submission. He's an underdog, plus 160. It's good value. I mean, if you want to put it in a parlay with some other people, I think you can get some really crazy value in just a couple picks. Next on the prelims, Chelsea Chandler versus Priscilla Cachoeira. We're going with Priscilla Cachoeira to get it done against Chelsea Chandler, most likely via knockout. Zombie Girl kind of walks forward a little bit crazy. The Josiane Nunes knockout is pretty nuts. She got into a crazy firefight with that little short stock, and she was able to just land a devastating shot to put her out. She was also beating up Ariane Carnelosi. Was that Priscilla? No, it wasn't. Who was Priscilla? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds here. Ariane Carnelosi, who was it? That was Piera Rodriguez. Sorry, excuse me. We got their names wrong. It's fine. Chelsea Chandler recently got knocked out against Jocelyn Edwards. Not a really good look, if you're being honest. She fights out of the Diaz camp as well in New York, Stockton. And I think she's just kind of bad. I think she's really, really terrible. I think the fact that she's 6-4 gives you a lot of indication that this fight is going the way of Cachoeira. Cachoeira just has more experience in the cage. She's fought better level contenders, and she's just kind of consistently on a roll. She's got a lot of good boxing on the inside as well. She puts a lot of pressure out in the first 2 rounds, and then she starts to fade. But Chelsea Chandler's similar. She doesn't really have that level of boxing either that Cachoeira has, so I'm just going to go with Cachoeira to get it done by knockout or decision. She should be able to win. She is 37 years of age, which we're a little bit confused about, a little bit worried about, but, you know, Chelsea Chandler, not a young chicken herself, 35 years of age, out of her prime at this point, moving towards the later stages, just like Cachoeira. We're going to go with Zombie Girl, get it done, inside distance. Let's see if she can just put it on her and have her running away like she did. Who was that fight that she ran away from? I think it was Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont literally had her running away from how much she hurt her. Next on the prelims, Bruno Silva versus Edgar Chairez. So we're going with Edgar Chairez to get it done against Bruno Silva. It seemed like in his last fight against Hyung Sung Park, he was juiced. It seemed like the fight after that against Charles Johnson, he was kind of getting off of it. And it seems as though now Edgar Chairez should have an easy time in controlling the grappling in the situations with Bruno Silva. I think this is a good spot for Chairez to kind of get into the better rankings. This would probably put him in the rank 15 spot. I know he really hasn't fought the highest level of competition, had that split decision with Felipe Boons, but this is a kind of more of a stylistic matchup that you were worried about here against Bruno Silva. And Chairez is kind of just a dog. This guy's been consistently a good finisher throughout his entire career. He only has one decision win on his entire career, which is his most recent win against Felipe Boons, and he's just got nasty groundwork. Whenever he gets taken down or knocked down, this guy's always consistently looking for a better opportunity on the ground. He's always throwing up submissions. He's never sitting still, and he's never willing to just pull guard and sit there. He is always trying to make a better advantageous situation out of it. So I gotta go with Edgar Chairez. Bruno Silva has been known to wilt sometimes in second and third rounds. He's been tagged and he's been hurt by a lot of high-level guys, but again, he does get beat up quite often. He takes punishment to try and give punishment, and the fact that Edgar Chairez has 5 inches of reach, I'm a little bit more in tune with the fact that the jab will be there for Chairez, the triangle choke and stuff like that on the ground will be there for him as well because of the length, and I think Bruno Silva's just in for a tough night. Give me Edgar Chairez as another underdog on the card that we can smack with a little bit of confidence. Okay, Bruno Silva, 15-18-2 in his entire career. A little bit worried there. I mean, 15-10, what are we talking about? I mean, he's barely positive. We got to just go with the fact that Edgar Chairez, I believe, is a little bit younger. He is 6 years younger. Trying to just make that move. Trying to make the speed differential a reality. Next, the highlighted prelim of the evening. You're looking for a finish in this fight, and you're probably going to get it with Marcus McGee against John Yanis. We're going with McGee to win by knockout. I think John Yanis is just in over his head on this fight. He won last month against Jamie Sarrat, and Sarrat is ass. So I don't know how the fuck you're going to Marcus McGee from this. McGee is literally a UFC vet from like... Oh no. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of Max Griffin, I think. I mean, he's not a vet. Excuse me. I'll turn back my words, but still, he's beat up Bolaños, Jonathan Martinez, which is a very impressive win. JP Buys with a knockout, which is, I mean, Buys is at the end of his career or whatever. Rafael do Nascimento is nasty as hell, though. This guy's probably going to be in the UFC eventually. He's got really crazy in LFA. He's just more of a decision guy. They haven't brought him over yet. Marcus McGee should have an easy time against John Yanis here. This should be more of like a comeback fight for him. This should be just get right back in the talk of things. Should be an easy knockout, probably round 1 or 2. John Yanis just not facing the highest level of competition, and getting Marcus McGee, who's a devastating power puncher and who wants to literally walk you down. I don't know. Cheers to that, boys, because I don't know how the hell he's going to do it. Let's get it on with the main event of the evening, the main card, excuse me. If you guys did enjoy so far, make sure to drop a like. Put this in the algorithm. And make sure you drop your predictions in the comments below. Let's just have a little bit of a chat. Let's see if we can figure something out for Saturday night. Iwo Baranevsky versus Junior Tafa. We're going with Iwo Baranevsky to get it done. I mean, it's going to be a quick knockout, probably the first 2 minutes. Junior Tafa is a fantastic counter-striker as well, though. So the fight against Ivo Aslan gives a lot of red flags for Iwo Baranevsky. The fact that, you know, Junior Tafa's all he needs is one perfect shot on the counter, and he's going to drop Iwo and probably put him out cold. Iwo's been dropped. He's a little bit chinny, but he does, you know, get right back up. He does have an absolute warrior's brain, and he will probably keep pushing the pressure against Junior Tafa no matter what. I like Iwo Baranevsky. I think he's got really good power. I've seen him come back from fights as well. I've seen Junior Tafa just get so exhausted that the guy literally can't even move anymore, and if he chooses not to get into a brawl, or excuse me, if Iwo Baranevsky chooses not to get into a brawl with Junior Tafa, it's going to look even better because the second round's going to be a knockout and it's going to be quick. Junior Tafa has no cardio. He's got no stamina. He dropped to 205. He beat up fucking Kevin Christian, who I think took him to a second round, if I'm not mistaken. No, first round, but still, I took too long. Should have been less than half a round. I'm going to go with Iwo Baranevsky. Should be easy. Should be a quick knockout. Should be a round 1 finish regardless of who gets it. Under 1.5 rounds, probably your lock. The next on the main card, Matt Schnell versus Alessandro Costa. We're going to go with Alessandro Costa to get it done by knockout. I really want to pick Matt Schnell here, but Costa's nice comeback win against Stuart Nicole showed me a lot of things, and the fact that maybe he was just out of line with Alden Correa, and maybe Correa kind of was just a better boxer than him. Matt Schnell's not a better boxer than Alessandro Costa, and that's a promise. Matt Schnell's more of a grappler, and he's more of a submission artist. He usually finds a win just kind of in the dirt, and that's not going to happen here. Alessandro Costa is going to knock him out. He's going to get pieced up. Joseph Morales did get a guillotine on Matt as well really, really quickly. It was a really easy win, which is unfortunate, but I mean, he's coming back to get knocked out again. This is probably the retirement for a second time for Matt Schnell. I think Danger needs to take a little bit of time away, maybe go to the regional scene. I know the money's not that great, but fuck, you're not making anything here when you're getting brain damage every single fight. Alessandro Costa, minus 550 favorite. Knockouts your line. It's probably almost a plus money. Knockouts your line. That's all I got to say. There's nothing else we can talk about. I can't pick Schnell in confidence, and I can't even... I mean, you can sprinkle on the submission line just in case he gets a triangle late, but I don't think he'll get it. Next on the main card, this one's easy as hell to pick. Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. You know nothing about Santiago Luna, and don't tell me you do. Okay? Kwon Lee's been chinned by guys from Road to UFC. Angel Pacheco brought this guy to a decision. Bryce Mitchell is literally the top tier of bantamweight. He's a fantastic wrestler. He's got really good power, and he just beat Said Nurmagomedov. If you think that Said Nurmagomedov would not fuck up Santiago Luna, you are fucking lunatic. You are lost. Bryce Mitchell, easy. They should be a minus 300 line, but they're giving it to you because the Mexicans love their young fighters, and they love the fact that they do not give up no matter what, which gives Luna a round 3 capability. But Bryce Mitchell should be the first 2 rounds easy, and then maybe he starts to wilt, but no chance he loses this fight. I don't believe it for a second. Give me Bryce Mitchell, minus 155 favorite. There's just no way. If you think he's going to get knocked out, listen, Josh Emmett was the one that knocked him out. He hit him with a literally perfect overhand that shook his entire head into the orbit. Don't give me that shit, okay? He's not that good. Next on the main card, Faraz Zaim versus Tom Nolan. We're going with Faraz Zaim to win by knockout. Tom Nolan's going to get knocked out probably in the second round. Tom Nolan does not deserve to be in the UFC, if I'm being 100% honest. Watching this guy is like watching paint dry, okay? Nicholas Mota showed that all you have to do is get into a firefight with this guy, and he'll put you down. Okay, Bogdangrad win, good win. Vyacheslav Borshev win. Slavoklas sucks. Charlie Campbell, okay, that's a pretty high level win. He got rocked a couple times there, and then Charlie Campbell just gave up for some reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. Charlie Campbell's an absolute fucking slave to his word, but whatever. Alex Reyes, Victor Martinez, these are terrible wins. Okay, these are not high level wins. Faraz Zaim has literally knocked out 3 high level contenders in a row. Okay, not Mike Davis, but before that. Nazim Sadikov, Matt Frivola, Mike Davis. Is that your last 3 fights? You're not fucking losing. There's no chance that Tom Nolan knocks him out. He's going to be walking forward, trying to look for the finish. Zaim's going to hit him with a counter shot, put him down, and he'll do what Charlie Campbell couldn't and put Tom Nolan, the big train, into the fucking graveyard where he belongs. Okay? Faraz Zaim is going to have an easy time. The Frenchman's going to kickbox the living shit out of that boy and have him in orbit in less than 2 rounds. It's a promise. Next, the co-main event of the evening. You're actually looking at an impressive one with Edmund Shabazian making his way back into the fucking talk at middleweight against Brendan Allen. But we got to go with Brendan Allen. He just knocked out Renier de Ridder in like the 3rd round or whatever it was. Edmund Shabazian is in for a bad night. He has always been a round 1 fighter. He's been a little bit more measured as of lately. He's been a little bit more consistently just looking for his time and looking for his explosiveness to just come in at its perfect moment instead of rushing things. And against Brendan Allen, it's not going to work. You need to rush because there's going to be a lot of submission threats and there's going to be a lot of takedowns from Brendan Allen that I do not think Edmund Shabazian can chuck off. These guys are literally the exact same height, the exact same reach, and all of the submission game is on Brendan Allen. I got to go with the fact that these guys at middleweight, usually the grapplers have an easier time. Guys can't get up that well. You're a little bit too heavy. There is no, getting out of situations or getting a hip. Usually you're just flat on your back eating shit. Edmund Shabazian will probably gas out in the 1st round after getting laid on top of, and then we'll see a 2nd round where he tries to blitz. Maybe gets taken down again and submitted. There's no way Shabazian, the golden boy, is going to get it done unless he gets a round 1 knockout. So maybe that's your hedge if you're looking for Brendan Allen. But Brendan Allen should have this pretty easy. He should make it up to number 4 at middleweight. He should get a little bit closer to that middleweight fight with Sean Strickland, the world champion, or maybe Khamzat Chimaev. Now next, the main event of the evening. I'm just kind of blowing through this because I'm realizing as this video goes on, my voice is literally getting lost. So we're trying to just get this done, ASAP before I have nothing left. The main event of the evening. This is actually a tough one, but it feels as though it's similar to the Bryce Mitchell fight. I think we have to go with Belal Muhammad. There's a reason why we remember the name. That's because he's taken out such high-level contenders throughout his career. Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady. But the problem being, I guess we are a little bit far away from those wins. You know what I mean? We haven't seen Belal Muhammad look that good recently. Ian Machado Gary beat him up. Jack Della Maddalena beat him up. And now you have Gabriel Bonfim, who's moving his way forward. Just knocked out Randy Brown on a bit of a high horse. And feels as though that he can run through the division and make his way to the top of the welterweight division. Now, Belal Muhammad, if he was 30 years of age and this was a 28-year-old Gabriel Bonfim, I would tell you that Belal Muhammad is going to maul him. He's going to drag him to the ground, drag him into deep waters, and have Gabriel Bonfim wishing that he wasn't there. But now you're a little bit more concerned. You have a 37-year-old, almost 38-year-old Belal Muhammad who's trying to make his last trek at the title. He wants it more than anything. He's already been the champ, and he wants it just one more time. And you have Gabriel Bonfim, a very hungry Brazilian out of the Federal District from Brasilia. He's trying to make his way to the first UFC title. I mean, for a Brazilian in a long time at welterweight. And he's basically running forward. He's on all 4 wheels. He's running as fast as possible, and he's got a wall in front of him, Belal Muhammad. I got to go with Belal Muhammad. I got to go with the vet. I got to go with the fact that he's got experience. He's been here before. This is not even the highest level of competition that he's faced, and he will continue to face it. I think Ian Machado Gary's better than Bonfim. I think Jack Della Maddalena is better than Bonfim, and I think Belal Muhammad is just going to have to get into some deep waters and have to figure something out when it comes to the new blood in Gabriel Bonfim. But I do think that Belal Muhammad will get it done. I think the man out of the United States will get it done and push forward for the probably rank 4 ranking after beating the number 15 Gabriel Bonfim. That's all I got for you guys this week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys all for the live on Saturday starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys all later. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace.